Just proud of our team. Proud of our team. We came ready to play. We've been talking about how close we are. I think people are tired of hearing me say that. And I think our team's starting to believe that, So I think obviously Kent State's very talented. We knew what we were coming up against, but right now it's about Miami and how good can Miami be, and tonight we were pretty good.
Okay, so, the last two games been right there at the end. What was the difference in tonight's win?
Just focus, rebounding. I'll say rebound. I'll start with rebounding. 15 O boards. We win the rebounding battle. We've been literally killing them with rebounding speeches at this point and numbers and everything else. So rebounding was important, but then just resiliency overall. It's just today we're going to win, and it's just keep hammering that home. And I thought the focus was there. I thought the intentionality was there, and obviously we did it.
You were trailing coming into the second half.
Yeah.
You held them, I believe, what they have, 5 made field goals in the second half.
Yeah.
What defensively, what did you do to slow them down there?
Focus. Focus. I think we've been hammering home schemes, and we just want to make teams play different than they want to play. And that's been the message to our team is every team in the MAC is going to be talented, but how do we get them to play a different way? How do we get them uncomfortable? And I challenged our team at halftime. Our first 5 minutes have been poor. We have to be better coming out of halftime, and our kids responded to that. But the biggest thing was just awareness. Where were their key players trying to take away what they wanted? Obviously, Hauser went off, and Hannah Young was pretty good tonight. But we were really locked in on Thal and Shoemate. So those were the 2 keys.
Game goes to overtime. You look down the bench. Peyton and Maddie are on the bench with 5 fouls. First off, have you even practiced with those 5 on the court at the same time all year?
Coach Swaff has been begging me to try it. If I'm being honest, I hate to admit on camera, but she's right more often than not. But no, not entirely. I will say this. I will say Katie Richardson makes a lot of things work. So as good as Sierra is, as good as Monty is, Katie Richardson, I can move her around. She understands the game a ton. And so she played a position in a zone she's never played. I put her on offense where she's never played it. But she did her job. And Sydney Watkins, same thing. We switched to a zone because everybody was in foul trouble, and we just figured it out.
It seemed like you were maybe almost trying to shorten the bench a little bit coming into tonight's game. But the foul trouble forced you to play some, key minutes with some reserves.
Yeah, I think I honestly don't want to shorten the bench. I think the rotations have started to make sense, but I think the deeper we get into season, we have to use our bench. And I say it willingly because our bench is really good. It's just based on matchups. Some matchups are better than others for certain players. But we're going to go down deep in our bench the rest of the season. We're going to have to. It's a brutal conference.
Is it almost more satisfying to get a win this way with having the foul trouble and just the resiliency that you're always preaching about?
A win is a win. A win is a win. Honestly, I think I might have blacked out at some point. I don't even know who was on the floor. It's just, let's win. Just figure it out. Let's win. I think our bench was great. It's just at some point it's just how gritty can we become? How tough can we become? We keep talking about these teams that are super experienced, that have been there before, that know how to win. And we just got to sort of just grind it out, make it ugly, just be gritty. And so that's what we did tonight. Made a decision.
All right, last question. How do you keep this momentum going into Saturday?
I think it's going back to work. I wish I could give you this elaborate answer, but really we got to celebrate this one just because I think there's certain moments that we had to get over the hump with, and there were things in the game that we definitely improved on. That's why I'm so excited and geeked. But after tonight, let's get back to work. We practice at 2:00. We by no means have arrived, and we got to get back to work. We go into Ball State. It's a tough Ball State team, and we'll continue to get better.